Shalom, shalom and welcome. My name is Symmanayah if you're tuning in for the first time, and these are words I'm compelled to present before an awakening set-apart nation. The subject of this brief message is choosing an assembly. Knowing where and with whom to assemble is important. My brothers and sisters, end times are here. Catastrophic situations and conditions will get worse than what they are already. They will be conditions that will reach our doorsteps, and we must make decisions on what to do. Yes, even now, who we're with, when we are with them, and I'm talking about the assembly, it's something we must choose very cautiously. Though you may be feeling alone, some of you that are listening to this, remember, there are a lot of individuals that are part of this set-apart nation, this set-apart family, this set-apart body. And my brothers and sisters, with that in mind, in Yahuah's due season, we will come together, many of us. Yes, it's a remnant, but people forget that you can have 10 million people, and that can still be a remnant. Why do I say that? Because the world is close to 8 billion people. So 10 million, 15 million is less than 1%, is a remnant. Though we don't really know how many, the quantity of that remnant, I will say that we will come together, those who will fulfill the final exodus. And those of us who will not, we will gird up with strength to die for Yahusha's name if that's required. And in some cases, some of us will die before any of these things happen. But choosing the assembly, choosing that group that you would grow with, learn from, share with, be a part of, is critical during these end times. Have you ever went to a wrong address? Have you ever went to an address or heard of anybody that went to the wrong address, how they felt? My brothers and sisters, during these end times, we must begin to pray and seek to discern what the Spirit of Yahuah has to say to us that comes in Yahusha's name. We must begin to recognize how he's guiding us. He may be having us set alone for a moment, but if we at the wrong address, we definitely not with the assembly we're supposed to be with. So choosing the assembly is important. Knowing when and with whom to assemble is important, my brothers and sisters. I can't stress that enough. And we must realize, my brothers, my sisters, we must realize that this plan belongs to the Almighty Father Yahuah. I have a couple of verses I want to share with you to meditate on. I want to read to you, and I want you to think about these things, my brothers and sisters. Pray on these matters. Because if you're at the wrong address, you're going to miss being at the right address. You can't be at two places at the same time. Hebrews 10:24 reads, "And let us be concerned for one another in order to stir up love and good works, not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together, as is the habitat of some, but encouraging, or so much more as you see the day coming near." That day will come for each of us, if not already, of who to assemble with, where, when, where to move. Let me read Galatians 1:15 through 17. It gives an example of Shaul, or Paul, as many may know. Let me read what he had to say on the matter. "But when it pleased Elohim, he separated me from my mother's womb and called me by his favor, to reveal his Son in me, that I might bring him the good news to the nations, I did not immediately consult with flesh and blood, that I might bring to him the good news to the nations. I did not immediately consult with flesh and blood, neither did I go up to Jerusalem to those who were emissaries before me, but I went to Arabia and returned again to Damascus. Sometimes there are moments where we are alone to grow strong or to get some understanding, to get a little wisdom from Abba Yahuah directly. Sometimes the Almighty Father wants us to sit, pray, and study and watch the Spirit make alive what is written in the scriptures. My brothers, my sisters, my family, choosing assembly is something we must do carefully. And if we're with an assembly now, we must pray and ask, are we in the right place or are we at the wrong address? Are we with the right people or have we made a mistake? You can't be in two places at the same time. In some cases, it may mean there are differences of beliefs. Therefore, there must be separation, because a compromising assembly cannot stand, will not stand. But in some cases, could it be we just positioned in the wrong place? You see, this set-apart family is huge, huger than we think. So could I be the hand sitting on a knee? So therefore it's a repositioning. It's so big that because I leave this assembly, it may not be because the assembly is wrong, it's because I'm just in the wrong position at the wrong time. That's a possibility. That's a possibility. There's a lot of backbiting and innuendo going on because of people's own understanding, misinterpretation of what is instructed of us. Many people have a hard time accepting that Yahusha is the word of Yahuah, is Yahuah. And that the scriptures use the word son to let you know that when Yahusha walked upon the face of this earth and they put him and captured him before the crucifixion, that didn't mean that they had Yahuah bottled up. Yahuah is spirit everywhere at all times. But the manifestation of his word to communicate with us, we saw before us during that time. And if you read the scriptures, you'll see that he sent his set-apart spirit in Yahusha's name. Yahusha represents the word of Yahuah. Yahusha is the order in which we are able to have a relationship with the Almighty Father Yahuah. Many have taken Yahusha and put him on the shelf, thinking he did his work for now. We'll see him upon his return. But I say to you, our guidance, our instructions, the teachings and learnings come from the word of Yahuah, which comes to us in Yahusha's name. Soon and very soon, many corrections will come to the believer, and we will understand what we're supposed to do with the right assembly. So when it comes to choosing an assembly, evaluating an assembly, make sure, without a doubt, you're not in a compromising assembly, because the scriptures say no house divided against itself can stand. We must pray. Some of us maybe wait, some of us not so much. But do not forsake the need to be among the assembly as Yahusha directs us. On that note, my brother, my sister, my family, I pray that you're doing okay. I pray that you're motivated. I pray that you understand There's a long way. A long way. A lot that we have to do in these end times. Let's do it with sensitivity to the spirit of Yahuah that comes in the voice of Yahusha. Through us, one towards another, or through those whom he's chosen, in whatever positions he's given. It's real. That's all I have to say today. My prayer, as always, is that we grow to learn the voice of the Spirit of Yahuah that comes in Yahusha's name. Not only learn his voice, but respond accordingly. Respond in such a way we'll know what assembly we're supposed to be with whom, where. Movement is coming. It's coming, my brothers and sisters. And you may be a part of that group that will come together for the final exodus before the physical return of Yahusha. On that note, take care, my brothers and sisters. Be patient. Trust and believe that the Almighty Father will indeed make all clear to you and to me and to Yahusha. Shalom.